Alright, so we've created our path. Now what we need to do is we need to mask this object or separate it from the background, and we can do that using the actual path that we created. And in Photoshop that's called a vector mask. Very similar to a layer mask, but we're going to be masking with the path and not masking with a paintbrush or black and white, painting with black and white. So when we have the path selected, there's several ways we can create a vector mask, and you'll see it pop up over here in your layers. And the first way that we will create this clipping mask is, since we have the pen tool selected, we just completed our path, we're simply going to go up into the control bar. Now this works only if you've got the pen tool selected, and we're just going to click on this button called mask. And you'll see your background go away. And now in your layers, you have a new layer, or a new icon next to your original layer, and it's called a vector mask. Alright, so that's one way we can do it. Another way we can do it is to go over here in our path panel, and just like on our layers panel, we have this little mask icon. It says add layer mask. So if we click that once, you'll see over in our layers we have a layer mask, and now if we click it twice, you'll see your vector mask pop up. Your vector mask, we can on a layer have both a layer mask and a vector mask, and the vector mask always shows up in that third position. The third way we can do it is the same way as we did it over in our path panel. We can come down here in our layers. We've got to have the path loaded, and we'll just simply click this layer mask button. So the first time is going to add an actual layer mask, and then the second time you're going to click it, you'll see it's going to add that vector mask. And the fourth way that we can do it, we have our path loaded. We know our path is loaded because all these little squares, our control points, are filled in with black. That tells us that it's all loaded. And we're going to go up here under layer, and we'll pull down to vector mask, create vector mask with the current path. And you'll see your vector mask pop up over here in your layers. So there's four choices, four different ways to create a vector mask. And if you want to edit that mask, if we come over here, we want to click on our vector mask, and now you'll see in our path we are working on the actual vector mask. And as I move points, you'll see our background start to show. We're not deleting, or we're not getting rid of that background when we do a vector mask. We're just hiding it, just like a layer mask. Alright, that concludes our lesson on vector masks, and I will see you next time during our next video. Thank you.